So I was going to say one thing, then this is kind of just the truth of life, but pain is the process to becoming a better individual. Like you can't go through life and not experience pain and expect to become a better individual. It's just not possible. If your life was peaches and cream, you'd be like, I'm good. I have everything I need. Like, why should I strive for something more, right? I have everything. If your life was peaches and cream, right? So what pain does is it forces you to grow. It cuts out the imperfections. It cuts out the impurities in your life. And so when you're going through a hardship, and it could be anything. It could be literally anything. It could be physical pain. It could be, mental pain, and it could be something like this. You have to see it as this is a time for me to become, a better version of myself. God is trying to use this to refine me. Like fire, if you think of fire, there's some benefits with fire, but if you touch fire, it hurts, right? If you're put in the fire, you're going to feel the pain. And so the picture, it's 1 Peter chapter 1, I believe it's verse 7, is the trial of your faith. We talked about it, I mentioned it earlier. But what God does is he puts you through like a fire, so to speak. And what does fire do to gold that's not pure yet, right? It purifies it. It's very simple, right? It purifies the ore, right, from the mountain. It purifies that, and so then you have pure gold, right? So what fire does is it cleans, it purifies. So you got to see yourself as, hey, I'm not perfect, right? None of us are perfect, and that's okay. But I'm going to let pain do its work, so to speak. I'm going to let pain do its work. I'm going to endure through whatever it is, and I'm going to try to gain what I can through the trial. And in a situation like yours, I think you just have to say, like I said earlier, I think you need to just say, okay, these are the pros and cons, and move on. Like acknowledge them, and then just move on. And when you're tempted to think back on it, be like, yeah, but guess what? God's going to use that, and I'm going to be a better version of myself. And so see pain as literally the process. Like, I hope you guys get that. And that's something that I'm learning even more and more. It's like, yeah, my life may suck, but that's okay because it's teaching me to be a better individual. And I want that, right? I don't want to just be the same and be, demented thinking I'm perfect, right? So you have to see pain as necessary because God's role is sanctification, is making you into the image of himself. And not just that, but to also give you the best life possible, which would be to look like Christ, by the way, too. So I hope that makes sense. Like, don't just be like, wow, like my life sucks and I'm going to just be depressed and stuff. Because that's kind of what I used to do. Just like, you tend towards depression at that point. But actually, you should be kind of excited, like, yeah, maybe my life sucks, but that means God's working, actually. That's what that means. And there could be things that you're stupid and you make stupid decisions and yeah, maybe pain comes from that. But even in that, you say, I'm not going to do that again, right? Like, you still learn from that. So I just think you have to get that. And once you do, like, it's hard because in the moment, that's the last thing you're thinking is like, oh, this is good for me. But I just think it helps you stay above it as opposed to being, drowning and then getting depressed and all that kind of thing. So just be like, hey, no, this is important. Like, this is necessary for me. Like, I need to learn and I need to take what I can and grow through this. So again, it's interesting. That's just the dynamic God has for us as Christians, is to go through pain. So that's what grows us and purifies us. So.